Hi, I'm John.
And I'm Yin Yin. Today we'll be discussing key ESG legal issues that we believe Amazon should focus on following the COP26 conference.
Now that the conference is over, there have been a lot of commitments made by countries across the globe to reduce carbon and lessen the effects of climate change. Amazon as a company has a large international sales and distribution operation and a mixture of in-house and third-party services. It's the provider of choice for online shopping, with 55% of customers starting their online shopping services from Amazon. One of the main outcomes of COP26 is the emissions commitments. Over 90% of the world's GDP is now covered by net zero commitments, with 153 countries putting forward new 2030 emissions targets. Amazon must be aware of new regulations and mandates around electric vehicles, that's including the sale of fossil fuel vehicles prohibited in the UK from 2030. Although Amazon has their own climate pledge of net zero carbon by 2040, they must comply with all future emissions regulations in the countries that they operate. Amazon's distribution network is detailed on the left, with Amazon's aim to get 10,000 electric vehicles on the road by 2022 and 100,000 by 2030. Although Amazon has some vehicles on the road now, they must make more progress in order to comply with future regulations. Moving on from that, Amazon must have tight control of their supply chain. Amazon's digital marketplace is integrated with their main retail shopping experience, with 56% of paid units being sold by third-party sellers in the third quarter of 2021. With such a large third-party network, Amazon must ensure that their third-party connections comply with regulations, for example, manufacturing standards and emissions targets. We'll now be covering governance, which Yin Yin will discuss.
So, as John mentioned, we believe that one issue that Amazon should focus on following COP26 with regards to governance is transparency. There have been a lot of new regulations and targets from COP26 that companies need to obey to, as these do not necessarily just apply to countries. There's an enhanced transparency framework that's been introduced, which is a new set of reporting standards for governments and businesses. We can see that investor priorities are actually changing as well in the recent years, with a greater shift towards prioritizing the climate. And transparency will actually be beneficial for Amazon in order to ensure their growth and increase investment. One thing that they're currently doing now is the transparency service that essentially helps to proactively prevent counterfeit products being sold. This service means that customers can be provided with unit level product details, including the manufacturing date, manufacturing place, and an enhanced product information. And we suggest that perhaps this could be eased into becoming compulsory with a target year set for this, as it'd be difficult to do so immediately. One benefit of doing this means that Amazon can more accurately be able to measure the effects that their third-party sellers have on the environment. Whilst we discuss governance, we can look at leadership, and we suggest that perhaps there should be a creation of a new climate task force to tackle climate issues more broadly. We also think that with the transparency and reporting requirements, Amazon should actually focus on providing accurate data and a clear picture of their operations, which is evidenced really by the Volkswagen scandal in 2015 that was linked to a lot of emissions and falsifications of reporting. We also think that Amazon should engage their stakeholders more in climate related issues so that the awareness could be spread throughout the whole company structure and even to customers. To conclude, we acknowledge that Amazon is already taking significant measures to address these issues, but we think that the ideas and recommendations that we've provided will be beneficial for the company's image and will also help further COP26 pledges. Although a lot of the advice from COP26 is unlikely to immediately become legislation, we think that companies like Amazon should still stick to it, as it is less expensive to make a commitment now and progress than to have to drastically remodel when new legislation has been brought in. Thank you.
Thank you.